Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Saturday, April 26, 2025, and I'm here to do a collective read for you. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders, it's all energy. You can switch the genders and the roles throughout the read, go right ahead. That's not a problem. Just remember, not every read's going to be for you. It is a general collective reading. It's not a personal reading. There's going to be many different energies within this read, okay? So just bear that in mind. Use your higher wisdom and discernment. Not every read's going to be for you, okay? I implore you, don't take on any reads that you're not already familiar with. If you don't already know about it, it's not yours. Leave it alone, okay? And please don't make any rash decisions based off of a general collective reading. That is not wise. You might want to pay a reader to do a personal reading. To make sure, is this my read or not? I don't do personal readings, so I apologize, but it is what it is. But there's plenty of good readers here on YouTube, so you might want to invest in a personal reading. Thank you for being here. I truly am grateful to each and every one of you. I love you guys. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? What would you like to discuss, please? What is the message? Thank you. There's my cards here. Eternal love, eternity, constancy, and soulmate. 50 is a 5, the Hierophant, a higher level connection here. I don't know. Natural disaster. So you might have thought somebody was your higher level soulmate and it turned out to be a natural disaster. Risk, frustration, and survive. 38. That's 11 in tarot, so that's justice. I mean, they're all in the upright, so it could have been somebody committed an injustice, an imbalance of some sort. Origin. You're planting some seeds now. You're getting on path. Maybe you're going towards a higher level soulmate connection, and it's a complete disaster for somebody else. You're planting seeds. They're growing here. What is this? Initiation, creativity, and vitality. Somebody's scared. Their back's against the wall. Depression, phobia, and paranoid. Maybe somebody's trying to plant some seeds about you in the negative, saying you're this, that, and the other thing. You're paranoid, you're crazy, you're this, that, and the other thing. Somebody was in an alliance with somebody else. Yeah, they're doing some tarot, trying to find out your fate. Or, like I said in the beginning, you might want to hire a reader, pay for a reading, a personal reading, to see if this is your fate, or somebody's going towards their fate. 10. Is that 10 or 30? No, it's a 10. It's a Wheel of Fortune. Coincidence, fatalism, and fortune telling. Somebody could have aligned themselves with a tarot reader or a spiritualist of some sort, doing divination. Somebody's planted some seeds that are not too good. Okay, maybe they wanted something that was yours, and they led somebody down the wrong way. I don't know. Reservation, desire, worth, and extravagance. So somebody was making lots of money. Maybe a tarot reader was making lots of money doing personal readings for somebody to lead them down the wrong way. You're getting some good news. You're ready. Oh, they're ready to make a content. They're trying to cause conflict in your life. Okay, and you're like, yeah, I know where it's coming from. I know who's behind it. Yeah, okay. You're very relaxed. They're not bothering you at all. Okay? Something to do with a marriage, and somebody's trying to protest a marriage. Or a commitment of some sort. I know it doesn't make sense, but just take what applies in your storyline. It doesn't have to make, all of it doesn't have to make sense, okay? So we have eternal love. And okay, thank you, Spirit. I just heard it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be eternal love from God, from your ancestors, right? It could very well be love, obviously, or somebody's using this twin flame jargon to rope somebody else in. Or maybe they were hiring a practitioner that didn't like you. I keep saying practitioner. I meant to say tarot reader, but obviously if it's coming out, I mean, somebody's also a practitioner. They're doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. I don't know. Maybe it's just a happiness hater. I mean, a lot of Satanists out there, that's what they do. They destroy good people. They destroy families. That is their mandate. Okay? Eternal love, 50. Maybe you're going to find eternal love when you're over the age of 50. That happens. Only you. Focused on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. So that could be a higher level soulmate you are going towards. Or somebody's just focused on you. maybe sending you lust and love spells. They want to be your higher level soulmate. Maybe something about getting into your energy, something to do with their family, somebody you have a family with, starting a family, making a home, feeling safe and secure. So somebody thought this person would give them a safe home, stability, if they had a family with them or something like that. Maybe rushed to have a family. Somebody as out of revenge. Retaliation, plotting, payback, punishing, and getting even. So on the surface, it's all nicey nice family, eternal love, but there's a lot going on beneath the surface here. Something to do with divination. I did hear practitioner, so take it for whatever this is. They're taking revenge off of, oh, you better not, against your children. Immaturity, innocence in childhood. You are innocent. Maybe you live as a child in your heart, which we all should. That's what the divine wants. Maybe because you're not childish, you're childlike. You take joy in life, in everything, right? You look at the wonders of the world and you're just in awe. Other people's like, yes, so what? I don't care. They don't really appreciate anything. That's what I'm saying. But they could be trying to do something against your child or children, or this person rushed into having children with this person. Maybe it's your ex or your soon-to-be new one. I don't know who this is, or this is you, to solidify a relationship and their stability. You have to make a decision here. Wrong reasons, contemplating, stay or leave, uncertain. Yeah, unprotected sex, risky. Sexual disease, partner to partner, unsafe decisions. Wow. So somebody could have wound up with an STD. They went on a coffee date, meeting up, planning discussions, dating multiple people. So somebody's cheating, or they claimed you did, trying to stop somebody from coming towards you. Illuminate, revealing the truth, confession, shedding light. Somebody's very obsessed with you, holding on, clinging, can't let go, and anxiety. They're sneaky here, okay? Fake profile, hiding from you behind the scenes, social media. You're going to be seeing a lot of signs here. Okay, 11 is in tarot. It's justice. You're getting your justice. Meanings, repeated numbers, and synchronicities. So watch the... Spirit is guiding you. Watch for the numbers. Watch for the synchronicities. It is what it is. What else can you... I took the smaller decks to start today. I don't know. I just felt like it. Let's see where this goes. Eternal love and only you. Sounds like a liar to me. I only have eyes for you. Meanwhile, they're blinking everything. Yeah, they're too haughty here. They want all eyes on them. They want all the attention. They don't like the fact that you're getting any attention, or this person, who is your true higher level soulmate, has only eyes for you now. And they're jealous. It has something to do with a wedding. They got rushed into a wedding. They showed, maybe they spent a lot of money on a wedding. Look at me, look at me. It reminds me of Kardashian there. What's her name? Kim. It was all for the show, right? Very false. There you go. False wedding with one of your enemies, or they're now your enemies. Somebody's learning something, scholar. They got the consolation prize. They got the booby prize. You were the actual higher level soulmate. They're getting a message here. There's something to do with messengers and or postal. Somebody's stealing your mail or your letters, or somebody's writing you false messages. Somebody got in the way of your mail or something like that. There's conversations. So they're sending messages to other people, dogging you maybe. Yeah, it's a thief. Maybe they called you a thief. I don't know. Definitely a thief. Yeah, somebody's sick. Sick in the head, I heard. They tried to make you sick. They weren't thinking. Thoughts was in reverse. It's all about money. That's all they think about is money. Yeah, they wanted you to be a servant here. Somebody got, yeah, they're trolling you. Because that's what this fisherman's doing, is trolling the water. But they got caught up. They got enmeshed here. Something they got $6,000 to do something to you. Surprise. Yeah, this is all a big surprise. Room. Empty room. Somebody's leaving. You left, or somebody else is leaving, and they're in sorrow. Well, they fucked around too much, and now they're finding out. That's what I get from that. Somebody's figured out their plans, their ploys. This is not eternal love. Their eternal love is elsewhere. It's with you. Or this is you. You're finally realizing that the person you wound up with, that rushed you into a marriage, into a family, is not your person. They're using you. Where are we going with this, please? Oh, a mature woman's involved. Could be a mother-in-law, a mother. You could be this mature woman. You could be an older age, but you could also, what this implies is you're very mature. You're not going to fucking fall for bullshit. You lived your life. You learned your lessons, right? 6 is lovers. third-party situation. You've ascended. It's something to do with a home, a family stability. 20, they're under judgment here. A decision's been made or is being made. This is just a catastrophe for whoever this is. They could have stolen a home. This could be mortgage fraud. They want to steal this home from you and or from this other partner, past or future, as revenge. There's a message of concern. You're healthy. You're balanced. Somebody wants to reconcile with you. There's a gift coming towards you. They need to balance something out with you. This is wish fulfillment. You are being divinely guided here. You're in your North Node. You have a lot of gifts. You're high honor. You're moving forward. That's the Chariot, 7. You overcame whatever they tried to do to you. And this is somebody of high honor might be coming towards you. This is going to be a shock. It's a Tower moment. But it's a good shock. Okay, for you. For them, not so good. Okay. Your high honor, somebody with high honor is coming towards you. Yeah, they want to court. Did I stutter? That was at the bottom of the deck, but I started to shuffle. They want to court you, or they're shocked at whoever they were courting, or you're going to find out that whoever you're courting was married. I didn't know. They're going to jail. It's a false marriage. Okay. Yeah, this is thieves. They're going towards poverty, or they tried to place you into poverty. Okay, this is distant horizons. They cannot bind you. You're moving forward into life. There's an investigation, something to do with a wealthy man, great fortune. They're in despair now. They thought they'd get unexpected income doing whatever this is from a mature man. There could be a mature woman. This could be an inheritance. They left you property. They left you money. A mature woman, a mature man, a father and mother, aunt, uncle, grandparents. Yeah, sudden wealth. This would have given you sudden wealth. Now they're concerned. Could be secret societies involved too. You've ascended. You could be an ascended master, or the ascended master is working with you. Lovers, 15, devil energy. So a lover came in. This was somebody to destabilize you. This is a love bomber that came in, or your family sent this fucking asshole in, or bitch. Sorry, toil and labor. You're getting some justice here. They're gonna have to move. Yeah, they changed your address and or the deed, your name on a deed. They're gonna have to move here. They're getting the message. They have to move. 7, Chariot. Official person's coming to their door. Family room. This has something to do with your family. It's over. They maybe wanted to take you out. 21 is ending a cycle to begin a new one. You could be online. You could be this official person online. They could have said you were gone. There's something to do with the courthouse now. Okay, this is leading you to the land of milk and honey. You're the main female, or you're dealing with one. High priestess here and a child. Secret child. Used a child against you, or this has been going on since you were a child, trying to put you into bad health here. A main male is also involved, in a privileged lady. This is somebody that wants to be you, I just heard. So this is a doppelganger, false person. I can't make this up. This is a journey. They journeyed elsewhere to go to court. Maybe the court proceedings were not in your town or city, or even in your country, and they pretended to be you. So this is adjudication. You're expecting something, or somebody's expecting the community to back them up with the occupation, or you could, whatever community you work in, somebody could be expecting a baby, but whatever community you work in, online, in a court, whatever you do for a living, they could have sent people up against you to harass you. I do know that's going on in tarot world. Okay. People getting paid to harass you, and to, if you are online, that is. Somebody's getting the message, though. Be concerned. You're being protected by the angels. This is divine intervention. You alchemize and you transmute. And you're being very protected here. You're healthy. You're balanced. You're patient. You're calm, and you're at peace. And this is not sitting well with them for some reason, because they really want to hurt you. They want to be you. They want to take everything from you. Imagine them apples. And the last thing they want to do, if you do have a higher level soulmate out there, the last thing they want to do, as strong as you are, because they can't seem to take you out or to fool you. If you do have a higher level soulmate out there, that's the last thing they want for you to do, is to run into them, to meet them, because imagine how strong you two will be. So we have mature woman, eternal love, only you, and haughtiness. I only love you if you give me what I want. I'm fucking assholes. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just so sick of these energies. Where are we going with this, please? What's the message? Thank you, Spirit. Knight of Swords. They committed a crime. This was abuse, endangered others, and very reckless. Somebody's hot-headed right now. Or they knew what was going on, whomever this is, and they took no action. And they're going to be liable for that as well. So overarching energy. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles wanting a life of luxury off your back. They so wanted you to appear unstable. Somebody's unstable and insecure. Greedy and selfish. Okay, codependent and clingy. Somebody doesn't want to be alone. They're having severe money problems, or they cause money problems in your life. It could be a financial crime. They're going to be arrested. There you go. So they're losing their shit now. They're arrested. This is illumination. Letting go and letting God and surrendering. You overcame whatever they did. Whatever hardships they placed you in, you overcame this. You let it go so very easily. You're not looking back. They cannot slow you down. They can't cause delays in your world anymore. They're acting like a martyr now. Yeah, because the truth is coming out. This is a breakthrough. They wanted to cut you out of a will or out of your own life. I don't know. But this, you took a different approach. This is truth and clarity coming through. It's a communication. You have a lot of strength. Somebody's in their ego and in their pride. They think that they can bully you, I just heard. They think they can bully you with their words. You're too strong for them. This is a new beginning for you. They're going to get cut out of something. They're in their pride. They wanted power and control. They're going to be arrested. Thank you. Doing magic, shit talking. This was unwise counsel, lack of awareness. Didn't use their intuition. Secrets are now coming out. King of Cups. Somebody could be in their feels and in their emotions right now. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. Could have been doing magic against you while intoxicated. But this is somebody that's malicious, ruthless, and cruel, and very careless. They don't give a shit about anybody. Except for themselves, I should say. Very emotionally manipulative, immature, and non-existent. They manipulate emotionally. Very self-absorbed and greedy and selfish. Yet they're under divine judgment. There's awareness. They're figuring out that everybody, knows what they're all about. They want a second chance with you, maybe. No, Nine of Cups. This is a fall from grace. They're totally drinking, okay, or doing other things. They're smug. They're full of themselves, selfish, a know-it-all, and a show-off. They're under divine judgment. They have to take accountability. It's a wake-up call for them or somebody else. They may want a second chance with you. I don't know. But this is divine judgment, or if it's a court case, a judgment's been rendered. You've already made your decision here about them, or other people are making a decision. This is not wish fulfillment. They could be sick or injured. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. They're in their self node. They judged you, saying that you were in your self node. I don't know. They were. This is not wish fulfillment. They have no spiritual protection here. They have no faith. They're losing hope. Yeah, they're getting karma. They wanted you going back into, they wanted you to revert back to your self node. And we've all been there, okay? We all start off there until we ascend and we grow. But they want you going back into your self node, going back into a karmic cycle. Stay where you are while I profit off of you type of thing, right? This is like they're trying to cause delays in your world, setbacks, stagnation. They're trying to stall something. Obviously, they're trying to ward off this karma. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this karma. This is very unfortunate for them, very fortunate for you. Nine of Swords, the worst has happened. This is a nightmare. They could have said that you were crazy and that you scared them, or you're danger to people, very dangerous. But it's them. They may want to come back towards you and rationalize and justify what they've done. But this is a nightmare here. The worst has happened for them because you're innocent. Something to do with a child as well. It's a Page of Cups. You used your intuition. You have a new beginning. I don't know. Nine of Swords in reverse. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Jeez Louise. Can we shuffle today? Somebody's really a fan. You're not worried. You have no worries. They're trying to stall something and you're not worried. You know that things happen as they should. You're always where you're supposed to be. So they're trying to cause delays in your world and you're showing no worry. You're just doing what you need to do in life. Yeah. 7 of Wands. You're standing 10 toes down. Standing your ground. You're divinely protected and guided, okay? They're trying to block you online. They're harassing. No, this is the Queen. Sorry, I thought it was the Page. Queen of Swords. They want you to fight with them. This is somebody, you could have gone ice cold on somebody as well. You want nothing to do with them. You're ice cold. You can give two shits. Or this is somebody that's very, very jealous of you, spiteful and vindictive, bitter and angry. Just a real bitch, male or female. Knight of Cups. They're jealous. You're getting support. People love you. It could be friendship, could be love, could be support, any kind. Yeah, you have a new beginning. Somebody wants a new beginning with you, and somebody's jealous. Oh, no, you don't. You have a beautiful new beginning. You're being supported on your new beginning if it's not love. You took a leap of faith and you're moving forward here. You're innocent from whatever they accused you of. You took the high road and you walked away. They were trying to gaslight you, poke the bear, play mind games and power plays with you. Now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another because you let this go. You don't have a care in the world. You know where you're going. You know where you want to go. You're not dealing with the past here. Five of Wands in reverse. There's no drama in your life. You don't do drama, okay? Now they're fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another because it's not working out for them. It didn't work out the way they wanted to. The more they gaslit you, the more they gaslit themselves, if you ask me. You don't do drama. You let it all go. They don't want this challenge. They don't want to be... They certainly don't want this conflict. They don't know how to handle it. They're feeling like fools here. Yeah. Because you're happy. This could be a family or a group that's been doing this to you. 10 of Cups. But remember, 10s are completions. That's the sun, the moon, and the star. There we go. 6 of Cups. Yeah. Unrequited love. If this is your family, you have no good memories of this family or group. They gave out misleading information about you. They caused a lot of trauma bonding. They want you to stay in the past. Go back to the past. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, false contracts, all one-sided, parting ways with karmics. You don't trust them. They're very karmic. They didn't make the wise decisions. They don't want to elevate or ascend. They have no peace or harmony in their life, okay? If it's a contract, it's a one-sided deal. You're not doing it. You saw right through the illusion. May they live in the non-peace they created. Yeah, they got a lot of burdens on their back. They put a lot of burdens on yours, or tried to. They're going to be held liable and responsible for what they've done. They had a point to prove where you were concerned, right? You overcame whatever this is and you've healed. You're at peace. They're exhausted. They're contemplating, strategizing, and they need to put something to rest with you. I don't know. They could be, maybe they don't have a bed right now. I have no idea, because usually they're on a couch or a bed or something, but not here. There will be no reconciling. They spread some gossip here. They're parting ways with their third parties, their friends, cult, coven, secret society. There's no more celebrating here. They're not happy. Yeah, they're going towards financial ruin, spiritual jail. They want to come back in from out of the cold. They want to reconcile. Now there won't be a reconciliation because they stole money, a large amount of money. This is family discord. They're not into long-term relationships possibly, or they're going to lose everything. It's 15 Pentacles in reverse, 16 now. They stole money. They wanted you to miss opportunities, or they're in debt, or this wasn't their blessing to take. Yeah, they're getting paid or paying others off of this money. That's a Tower. Okay, they got to balance this out, and they can't. This is a Tower. So this sounds like it's an inheritance, life insurance, or some sort of family money. They could have sent this love bomber towards you. You're the love of my life. To destabilize you, take you out. It's the old story. It's a fake marriage here. Since you didn't want to play ball with them and go along with their scheme, and you peeped their game and you took off, they could have got a doppelganger to impersonate you and claim they married you, so they can take this property, this money, right? Maybe place you away or do you in, or whatever their plots and plans are. You're quite balanced, and this is blowing their minds that you stayed balanced. 5 of Swords. They're willing to do whatever it takes to win, but they're taking on some losses here. It's all dishonorable. Everybody's walking away with losses. This was out of ego, jealousy, pettiness, and cruelty. There's a lot of abuse going on here. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, immature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You used your intuition to get through this. You had the biggest cup of love, male or female, doesn't matter. You know your value and your worth. You know yourself. If they tried to gaslight you and say you said this, you did that, yeah, it didn't work. I have had people do that to me in the past, and they're full of shit, lying right in my face. You know, when somebody does that to you and they said, you just did this, you said this, and you know you fucking didn't, you know what they're trying to do. They're gaslighting you, right? They're trying to make you look unstable. Get rid of them ASAP. Okay, yeah, you foresaw this. You're still moving forward. Your ships are coming in. It's been all lies. It was all abuse. They were jealous. They spread rumor, gossip, slander, and they bullied you, okay? Harassed you, maybe online or not. Doesn't matter. This is self-sabotage. They wanted you to self-sabotage. This was illegal. This could be hate crimes online as well. Any kind of crime. Sounds like it's multiple. They're going to jail. They're stuck. They wanted you stuck in your head. They wanted to bind you. They wanted to keep you small, closed up, right? This is a lot of tried to bind you. There's a lot of illusions, manipulation, deception. They were two-faced, corrupt. They don't have all the resources they need. They set you up with a love bomber, all right, Knight of Wands, to destabilize you. A lot of magic, possibly. They're bound to this, okay? Let's come back on them. This is a humongous clapback. This is karma. They broke the law, spiritual, universal, and 3D. They created an imbalance, and now they got to deal with it. Self-imposed. Fast communication, fast action, and or travel. So they sent off some magic towards you because they wanted to seem like the emperor. They wanted to seem like they bossed up. Or this is you. You bossed up and took back your power. You have authority here. Kind of looks all dirty. So this could be somebody that's pretending to be an emperor. They can't even clean where they live. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like a pimp to me. There could be some communication coming your way. How are we ending this, please? They wanted to pimp you out. That's what I just heard. Wow. They wanted you so stuck for money. They wanted to pimp you out. This is Law and Order. So a doctor could be somebody, a professional, male or female. The truth is known. It hasn't been spoken yet because the sword is facing down. Somebody with authority, with a higher perception here. And there could be somebody that's very protected here. Yep, not happy with what's going on. The sun in reverse. Can't trust. There's no trust here. Something to do with a trust fund. Yeah, the world is upside down. It's a humongous clapback. They kept repeating something over and over again and didn't want to learn a lesson or stop. But this is unfinished business. There's going to be some communication coming through. Somebody's assessed the situation. It's a clapback. If you have a platform online, they wanted you offline. They're not happy. They want you offline because you're speaking the truth. Maybe the cops are watching you. I don't know. Or authorities. Knight of Swords. This was a crime. This was abuse. This is a hate crime, I heard. Okay. So they're reckless, okay? They're going to get what they deserve. You stood your ground. You're very, you overcame, persevered, you put up boundaries, and keep it that way, okay? They're trying to block you. Yeah, King of Wands in reverse. Could be a warlock. It's just a poser. Somebody bit off more than they can chew. They didn't take the right approach. Self-serving, whatever this is, okay? They're angry. They could have blocked themselves. They're angry. They blew it with you. Yeah, lying, cheating, and or stealing. You could be the one that got away, or they're trying to strategize a way to escape a situation. Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. It's all been illusions. They're running out of options. They don't have a choice. They could be on the run, or you're just moving forward, or they could be transitioning. Could be at a distance as well. They're hurting for money. They're in debt. They want to come back towards you? I don't know. Eight of Pentacles. They lost their job. They're trying to get you to lose your job, or whatever they did didn't work. They could be in a different country and unable to work. Yeah. You healed your heart. This is a blessing in disguise for you. Somebody could have had a heart attack. Damn. They can't work because they had a heart attack, or they're out of work. This is a Nine of Cups in reverse. They're drinking a lot or doing other things, partying. They're trying to put on an act here. They're trying to get you to lose your work, saying that you're partying all the time. I don't know. Or that's why they lost their job. They have addictions here. They're putting on an act as if they're you. It's a false person, a false face, false marriage, whatever this is, trying to get at your money or what's with you. They're working with your family or something like that. But this is a fall from grace. Somebody's smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know-it-all, and a show-off. No emotional fulfillment or happiness. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. They don't want you having success. Two of Wands. So they're watching you from afar. You're still moving forward. They made plots. They were plotting. They were planning something. You're not waiting. These people wanted you stuck and waiting, but you're not waiting here. They're planning your death. Oh my God. An ending. Bye. Of an emperor. So whoever left you this money, it could be grandparents, mother, father, aunt, uncle, somebody who loved you. There's proof that they wanted to, they maybe took them out themselves, or if you're an emperor energy, they were plotting your demise here. Or this is the Phoenix rising. You've arisen here. You took back your power. You bossed up. And you're making good, sound decisions. It could be a father. It could be a boss. It could be a leader. Something's over here. They're plotting and planning. Yeah. This is for money. They thought they'd make a profit off of this, but it's a loss. They can't play any more games. They're heartbroken, or this is going to break your heart. They try to destabilize you. They're greedy and selfish and holding back from you. So they were trying to distract you in the background, probably with this love bomber, while they were stealing from you. Okay? Yeah, they definitely bore false witness and perjured themselves against you. They didn't give you your money. They were lazy and disrespectful. It's corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. They're being exposed as public humiliation. Yep. Seeing clearly what was happening here. Two of Swords. You're not mentally conflicted. You let them go for a reason, right? They're going to have to let this go. There's proof and evidence as to what they were doing. They were looking at you, harvesting from you, counting your money, counting the days, how many ways, you know what I'm saying? How to come back in, and or how much can I take? This is something to do with an investment as well. They got to let go of this investment. Misappropriation of funds. It's King of Wands, a leader. It's proof and evidence. They were collaborating with somebody else's contract. They're coming in to help you now. They want to help you. Whoever this is, could be you or someone else. For some reason, somebody in the equation wanted you to lose everything so you come crawling back to them so they can pimp you out. Devil energy. I knew it. I felt it. So they want to be the man or the woman. Look at me. I'm quite the leader. I make these bitches work for me. No, you don't. They have addictions. They wanted to play puppet master in your life. They wanted to bind you. This is radical acceptance that you overcame all of this. They collaborated to do this. Something to do with a car as well, or travel. You're the Empress, that's why. Divine feminine energy. They wanted you to look crazy and unstable and sick, and to look like you have the addictions in court. So it is the inheritance. And if you had a relationship with this person, they're going to say that, yeah, you were very unstable. You had addictions while you were married to them. That's why they walked away. There's a lot of lies and secrets here. They stole a home. They wanted you to look unstable. This is your family. Secretly, your family's behind this. They betrayed you. This is, the worst is over, okay? This is a harsh and painful end for someone. They're going to lose everything. I just heard they're going to lose everything, yeah. There's lack of trust. You don't see eye to eye. You'd rather be on your own. Two of Cups in reverse. This is a karmic soul tie. They're grieving and regretting, crying over spilt milk. They wanted you all alone, grieving and crying. Wanting them back even though they abused you, you know, in their mind, so they can pimp you out and be the big man on campus. I'm picking up a man, sorry, but it could be a woman. Knight of Wands in reverse, yeah. They're holding, somebody impersonated you and forced your signature. They felt entitled. They're very combative, and yeah, this isn't a bit, they're trying to hold back an investigation. So they're trying to thwart an investigation. You could be a law, they're angry that you're alone and able to make it on your own. You're shining a light on this, or somebody else's discovery. You went within to that soul work. You have integrity, loyalty, or honesty. It's been going on for a long time. They need to take accountability. You're very committed to whatever it is that you do. There's going to be an offer coming through. Somebody's found out about an offer. It looks like a police officer coming towards you. He's got a badge on his chest. Somebody wants to be a cowboy. I don't know. Page of Cups. So they wanted to they wanted you to feel abandoned and rejected. Somebody could have lost a child. Somebody's having an emotional outburst. They're immature and insincere and very childish. They don't care. They're not sorry for what they've done. Queen of Wands reverse. They were doing magic. They lost a child while doing magic because they were doing magic. They wanted you abandoned. They could have said you were a hoe bag, male or female. This is greed. This is jealousy. This is vindictiveness and hatefulness and spitefulness and wanting power and control, using sex to get what they want. Something to do. They lost their child because of whatever this is, abuse. They could have said you were doing this, that, and the other thing, and you're the Queen of Pentacles, male or female. You know your value and your worth. You're hardworking, abundant, and independent, stable and secure. You make other people look good. You work hard for the ones that you love. You're very fruitful with that bunny and that pentacle. You're only concentrating on your pentacles here. You're a nurturer and a healer. Page of Wands. Yeah. You took a different route. You went a different way than these people, and you started something new, exciting. Somebody's evaluating or assessing the situation. There's going to be some messages coming through. Yep, you went a different way because these people don't love you and you knew it. They didn't want you having love, friendship, support. They were draining you. This was not love. There's no compassion here. They didn't want you having a new beginning or happiness. Yep, blocked. No new beginnings. They didn't want you having new beginnings. They're not going to have the new beginnings, okay? These people's emotions were blocked. They're blocked from siphoning from you ever again. They didn't want you having new beginnings. They don't want you taking action. They know that you know they don't love you. They could have said you had an STD as well, trying to ruin you in every way, but it's not love. There's no peace or harmony where they are. For some reason, they know they're caught up, and they don't want you taking action against them, maybe suing, and or, you know, for all the shit they did to you and what they said about you. Or they're just being blocked here. This isn't love and you know it. They're not going to get a second chance with you. Because now they're in trouble. So I don't know. You could be this mature woman, or you're dealing with 1-6. Oh, this is a house. Somebody left you a house. Oh, okay, thank you. So somebody in your family left you property since you were a child, possibly. Or this is something to do with your own child. They got your child involved. So eternal love. And that could be the love of a child and a parent, okay? Place it where it belongs. This is nothing but a natural disaster. Only you, focused on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. Maybe you're mirroring your higher level soulmate, and yourself are mirroring one another. Maybe you're in the same orbit, but you don't know one another yet. Maybe you're just noticing each other, talking, starting to talk. But it could be that somebody's got eyes on you, and they know that you've gone through similar situations. Something to do with family, starting a family, making a home, feeling safe and secure. Or this is how they got you into this relationship. You're my higher level soulmate. Oh, eternal love. We're meant to be. False. Haughtiness. Okay, pardon me. It's a false wedding. They probably went all out. It's probably somebody that's never been married in their life. Okay? And they've always wanted to be the bride, but never were. They're maybe always the bridesmaid. This false wedding. So they went all out to produce this big false wedding. Spent money, had people there, and it was faux. It was phony. How awkward. Trying to be you. And for some of you, there's something to do with a phony marriage where they got caught in their own trap. You might have still been married if you had married before and never divorced. Maybe you never told anybody. There was no point in getting divorced. It costs money. I know for myself, it cost me more money to get a divorce than it did for me to get married. So maybe you thought, I don't want to get a divorce. I don't want to spend the money. Here in Canada, or in Ontario anyways, the one that applies for the divorce, for however many years that you're married to your partner, they can take your pension. And I'm thinking, yeah, this asshole took enough from me. I'm not applying for the divorce first. Let him apply. So therefore, I get something at the end of the day, if I get it, right? For all the money he stole and used me for. But I digress. That's what I'm picking up. You don't have to tell anybody why you don't choose to divorce. You just went your separate way. If you never imagine yourself getting married again, or you're past the age of having children, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, what's the point? The only people that make money through a divorce nowadays seems to be the lawyers. So that's what I'm picking up. I know, it's all over the place. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like I said, there's thousands of people here. It's thousands of different stories melded together all in one. Only take what resonates with you, please. Angels, how are we ending this? That was quick. Ace of Cups, true love, self-love, happiness, new beginnings, 54-9. So you're going to be happy. You're going to hear there's an investigation. You're happy on your own, number one. That's the Hermit. You did your work. You did your healing work. God, the King of Heaven. Rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. Congratulations. You're very loved, okay? 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is the past here. Family or children. Another 9. Wow, 54-45. God who stirs all men. Motivation lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. So the divine's not allowing them to do any more towards you. Yeah, everything's been seen, okay? Ace of Pentacles. This is a blessing coming towards you. You are a blessing. This is a tangible golden opportunity or money. That's going to give you a lot of comfort here. 8. You stood strong. Kahithel, the adored God. Divine blessings drive away evil spirits, rules agricultural and production. There might be a farm involved for some of you. And 9 of Swords. They're really worried. They can't eat or sleep. They put a lot of burdens on your back. Maybe you had a lot of sleepless nights because of these assholes. But at the end of the day, they're going to be punished. Somebody doesn't want to be punished. They're like, cover for me, cover for me. I don't think so. Hariel, 15, devil energy, of course, all stinky, right? The comforting God, purification, protection from the impious religious sentiment. So maybe you don't have the same belief system as somebody else in this equation or your family, and they think they're better than you because, I don't know, my Bible looks better than yours. Take it for whatever it is. So no, you stood your ground. You're being divinely protected here. 29, that's 11 in tarot. That's justice, the expected God, liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So they thought, they'll never know it was us. Yeah, you know. Who you fucking kidding? You know, energy is like a calling card. I don't know if for people who are not empathetic and or not intuitive might find this hard to believe, but it's so true. For those who know. Energy is a calling card. If you worked with, if you practice, let's say, you're an empath, you're an intuitive, and you've done a lot of practice, you worked it, you put a lot of work in, it's easy to pick up somebody's energy, whether it's face-to-face or online. It's very easy. You know who the fuck you're talking to energy-wise. And throughout your life, there's certain people in your life that made you feel good, made you not feel not so good. You know that energy, and if they come back around again, you know that energy. You know who the fuck is talking to you, even if it's under false profiles online. You fucking know who they are. I felt I need to say this. There's science to it. I'm sure one day scientists will be able to work with it and explore it some more. But because scientists haven't been able to, or haven't said there's truth to that yet, people don't believe it. All it is working a muscle, your intuition, your clairs, whatever it is that you're talented with, because everybody's different. You work it like a muscle. You have to work it each and every day and develop it, Where are we going with this, please, angels? Yeah, Aussie or Os. Somebody's got some spots on them. I don't know. Connecting with animals can lead to positive transformation. It can also lead to unexpected knowledge of self. It's with children as well, okay? They really do open our eyes, animals and children, the innocent in this world. Because they have no agenda. They have nothing to hide. It's just pure joy, pure love. And you have assholes out there trying to take that away from them as well, So Michael, and I've been shuffling. Love and harmony will be in abundance. Keep your options open. Yeah, you don't need to settle for assholes like this, okay? Paimon, doubts will be eliminated, replaced by knowledge and the crown of wisdom. Pay attention to your visions and thoughts, okay? So maybe write it down, whatever crosses your mind. I do that all the time. I always think, I'm going to write it down, and I forget. That was a damn good thought. Then you forget 5 minutes later. So write it down. Even if it's just to unburden yourself, write it down. Zepar, your romantic relationship should be at the front. Allow your heart to solve any problems that arise. So you are either in a relationship, or you will be going into a relationship, or this is them wanting you to place all of your attention on them and your past relationship. Or this could have been the past, like I said. Me, mine. It's always their people, their dramas. You know, I was in a couple of relationships like that where it was always them, where they wanted to eat, the people they wanted to see. It was always their friends. It was always their drama. I always had to drop everything for them, and they never did a damn thing for me, including family. Vapula. Focus your efforts on arts and crafts. What do you enjoy creating with your hands? And that is therapeutic, by the way. So you might want to do that if you're not already doing it. Aim. Let out the blazing fire within you. Allow it to destroy anything unproductive in your life. Get rid of what doesn't serve. And that's including people, situations, belief systems, okay? Balaam. Sometimes it's better to be invisible than to be seen. Balaam will help you avoid the eyes of others. So they've been shielding you. Or maybe they're hiding now. I don't know. But you've been shielded by the divine. Vipar. Resentments festering below the surface can poison your daily life. Let go of those things that no longer serve you, including resentments, right? And Daniel, they threw you in the lion's den, but you're fine. You never got bit. Have you a decision to make? Weigh your options with Daniel to find the path. It is what it is. And Kaliel, just as justice. Oh boy, I love it. Innocence is all around you. This is not the time for confrontations, but for truthful revelations. So if anybody wants to confront you in any way, close the door. Block them online. Close the door. Do what you must. This is, that's high school, middle school, going out into the parking lot and, surrounding one person and wanting to fight them, right? That's what I'm picking up. A lot of people coming after you. One person, you didn't do anything to these people, but I don't know, you make them feel insecure because you're authentic, because you can be yourself, because you're going towards something that's really meant for you. This is your destiny. Instead of finding out what their destiny is, they want yours. Instead of wanting to be their own original person, they want to be you. They don't want to do the work. We all have a destiny, but you have to do the work first to get there, to be able to claim it as yours. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't claim somebody else's destiny. I've heard people out there going, yeah, it can be done. This is how it's done. No, it can't be done, okay? Your destiny has been ordained by God. So you're going up against God. So you want to tell people you could do this, lead them down the wrong path? You go right ahead. That's your karma. I'm done with this. Stupidity. It's stupidity, okay? Setting people up for failure, as well as heavy-duty karma. So congratulations for you. Congratulations for them, too, because one way or the other, they didn't want to learn their lessons and elevate and ascend, but they're going to be made to. Hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.